The passive voice is used when we talk about what happens to a person or an object. We want to talk about an action that they experience, but we are less interested in who or what performs that action. Here's an example. Ideas and designs are created. We focus on the ideas and designs or the things that somebody creates, but we don't really need to know or mention who does this. We can imagine it is a designer or creative person. So how do we form a passive sentence? First, let's look at an active sentence for comparison. The design team creates ideas and designs. This follows the active form, subject, verb, object. The passive form puts the object to the beginning of the sentence, so it becomes the subject. Then we use the correct form of the verb be to fit with the tense. Then we add a past participle. Let's look at our first example again. Ideas and designs are created. The form is now subject, be, past participle. If we need to include the person who performs the action, then we usually use by. Here's another example. Software development is managed by teams of programmers, designers, and engineers. In this sentence, we need to know who performs the action because this is just as important. We can do this in the present and past tenses, usually by just changing the form of be. Software development was managed by teams of programmers, designers, and engineers. If we look at our previous passive voice examples, we can see that all the verbs are transitive. We've already looked at transitive verbs, so let's do some revision. Ideas and designs are created. Software development is managed by teams of programmers, designers, and engineers. Ideas and designs are the direct object, and created is the transitive verb. You cannot just create, you must create something. Software development is the direct object, and managed is the transitive verb. You cannot just manage, you have to manage something. Here's our last example. Let's change it from active to passive. Anna sent the email to all her team members yesterday. This becomes, the email was sent to all her team members by Anna yesterday. We have a direct object, a transitive verb, and an indirect object. We can be active or passive, direct or indirect. Try them all.